Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Kait. This is a motherhood channel where we talk about adoption, foster care, all the mom life stuff. It's giving you overwhelm and distraction in your motherhood and how we can remove that and make life a little bit simpler and easier and have more purpose, anything like that. So if any of that interests you, I would love to have you join us. Subscribe if you're new. It would be great to have you join the community here. But today we're going to talk a little bit about how to get ahead with your housework. So naturally a messy person, ask my mom, but the older I get and the more kids that I have, the more mess bothers me. Your environment directly affects your mood. So I've just come to the point in my life where I hate having mess and I hate spending hours cleaning up after my kids' childhood and cleaning up that I'm not actually enjoying time with them. I believe hugely in systems and structures in order to keep your house maintained so that you're not spending hours and hours cleaning and just missing out on all the fun, good things that life has to offer. A few years ago, I went on a minimalism journey, and that has been the number one most important thing. I hope to bring more minimalism videos. I kind of took a break when we moved into my friend's rental because I just didn't really feel comfortable filming her house to put it all over the internet because they still owned it and would be living in it again after we left, kind of thing. I took a big break, but I used to do a lot of minimalism and clean with me videos, so I hope to bring those back when we're actually in our new home. Again, I'm not doing them here because this is not our space, but when I am more settled in my home, I love making those kind of videos, so I hope to bring those back to you. But you can kind of see my minimalism journey and how much stuff I used to have. I've shared on here before, but if you're new, I'll share it again. I went through a phase when I first became a foster parent of just emotional shopping, and anytime I felt bad, I would just head to the store and pick up a new goodie from HomeSense, Home Goods, and just collect clutter. And my house got cluttered very quickly, and I got to the space where I just felt like I was constantly nagging my kids to clean up after themselves, and I would buy them more things, and they couldn't handle all the things, and they weren't using their imagination because they had too many things. And there was just like a period in my motherhood where things were just a mess, like physically around me and mentally in my head. I wasn't communicating well with my kids, and it wasn't the kind of mom that I wanted to be. So that's where my minimalism journey kind of started, and it's been a life-changing thing for me. It has gotten me to the point where I now live in Nicaragua. We will be buying our house mortgage-free. I was able to get completely out of debt. It's done wonders for me. So I do share a bit about that in older videos if you want to go back and look, but more videos will be coming soon. But anyways, enough about that. Today I wanted to give you some quick tips. If you're feeling overwhelmed as a mom, if you feel like the house is always a mess, if you feel like you're constantly nagging at your kids, how to get ahead with housework and how to work as a team, as a family, get ahead with housework. So I just wanted to give you some practical tips. So the first thing is assign specific tasks to specific days. So I have a cleaning chart that I use. It's linked in my blog, so I'll link that down below. I like to assign specific tasks to specific days. Basically, for example, on Mondays, bathrooms are on the list. On Tuesdays, floors, the entire house, floors were on the list. On Wednesdays, sheets and like big laundry day. So every day I would assign a bigger, more time consuming task so that I wasn't spending an entire day cleaning. This might not work for you. If you work outside the home, for example, you might only have like one day, like Saturdays is your dedicated cleaning day. Even finding smaller tasks to do throughout the week so you don't have as much work on Saturdays is just, it can be life-changing. I couldn't believe the amount of free time that freed up when I started cleaning this way. And there's various versions of this. Some people call it zone cleaning. I just simply pick a more time-consuming task that's like-minded. Like, for example, Mondays is always bathrooms. So at my old house, I had 2 bathrooms. Both the bathrooms got cleaned completely, deep clean. I mean, every day I like to do little things to keep it maintained, but it was like a deep clean on Mondays for the bathroom. So if you're struggling to keep on top of things, this might work for you. I leave the cleaning chart that I use linked down below. It's a free download you can get from my website. The next thing I want to say is delegate to your family. So it is very important that you raise capable children. So start young, when your child is 1 with picking up toys. Start as young as possible, because the earlier we can instill these better cleaning and maintaining a home skills into them, the better it is going to be for them in the future. Raise capable kids. You don't want kids that complain every time you ask them to clean their room. It is so much nicer when kids just know that that's expected of them and that they can't get on their screen time or they can't go out and play with their friends or whatever until their tasks are done. As a family, you are all a part of the same team. So it's so important to delegate to your kids. Start young. I have a responsibility chart system I use. I will also leave that link down below. This is a great place to start. Again, it's a free download off my website. You can take it, customize it to how it's going to work for your kids. But overall, it's a really great system that uses rewards and uses fines and it just helps my kids know exactly what's expected of them without me having to nag at them. Another option, if super detailed chart like this it doesn't work for your family, I like to be super detail oriented. I'm a detail oriented person. I like micro organization. I'm not organized naturally, but like micro organization makes my life better, so I've kind of become obsessed with it. Might be too much you. Simply put a chart on your fridge where all of the tasks are listed, and as a family you know all of those things need to be checked off before you have fun movie night, whatever it is. Make it work for you, but having a visual often helps with our kids too, just so they can see, and so that everybody in your family, husband included, knows how much work it is to maintain a house, especially if you work outside of the home. This should not all fall on the mom. So delegate, use charts, make it visual for them. It just helps when everybody can see the expectations laid out before them. So the next thing I want to say is find your cleaning style. Like I said, the zone cleaning or doing a big task every day might not work for you. If you know you want to just knock it out in one day, make sure you set aside that day every single week and you know you're doing it. And if something comes up for that time, that you actually schedule another time so that you don't get behind with housework. Well, here on YouTube called the clutter bug. There's 4 main types of clutter bugs, or cleaning styles and what works best for different people. So find what works for you. Like I just said, for me, micro organization is important. Like putting all of my papers into one file, that's okay to get it off my counter, but then I need to make sure I have time to set it up into individual files so that when it comes to tax time or paying my bills or whatever, I'm not just going through this one big file, because that doesn't work for me. But that kind of organization might work better for you. So find out what it is, identify it, and then you can implement systems that work for you. The next thing I want to say is get help. And I know we're not all financially at the point where we can hire a cleaning person, or, I know that might not work. In Canada, I never had that. Here we have a cleaning lady once a week, and it has been life-changing for me, but I can afford it here. It costs $10, and she comes and she does like a clean of our bathrooms and changes our sheets and sweeps and mops the entire house for $10, because this is a very big house that we're renting. Owner uses her every day. I didn't want to take the job away from her. It's not necessarily that we need her, but for that price, I really couldn't say no. I'm studying Spanish right now, homeschooling, growing a baby, keeping up with my business, trying to do all the things. So $10 a week was totally worth it for me to get some help. But I know it's not financially feasible for everybody. So ask a friend. I'm sure some of your friends would love to. If you are feeling overwhelmed, they don't want you to feel that way. They want you to be able to come out and hang out with them. Or, I know it's Corona times right now, but they want to be able to see you and spend time with you. So if you just honestly say, I'm just struggling, could you come help me with a big organizational task that you've been putting off? Moms, grandmas, they usually like to come and help do that kind of stuff if they're retired. So don't be scared to ask for help, especially if you have a big family, especially if you have a job outside of the home, or you work from home, even in your, you've got all the things. We put so much pressure on ourselves in our culture. Don't be scared to ask for help. Sometimes you just need it just to help you get ahead. This is like a sneaky time suck. Start timeless tasks first. And by timeless, I mean starting your cleaning schedule, throw the laundry in before you do anything else. Don't start cleaning and then do that later, because then that just builds up and takes more time, and it's not going to be ready to switch to the dryer when you're ready for another load to go in, yada, yada, yada. You get it. So pre-soak things, pre-spray your tables. Counters are super sticky and you've got some elbow grease that you need. Pre-spray and let the cleaner do some work for you while you go and, pick up other things in the house. That is a huge help to just do those timeless tasks first. Another thing I want to say is do a load of laundry every day, even if it's small. I used to be my mom would always say, never run a load unless it's full. You can adjust your washing machine. Right now I do laundry by hand, so I have to do it and stay on top of it, or it just becomes such a huge chore. If you have a machine, say thank you to God for that machine today for me. I'm really praying my new house has a machine, but just doing a small load every day helps you to keep on top of the laundry, so you're not dealing with laundry mountain at the end of the week, and you're not getting things folded and put away so things are cluttered. I used to wait until my laundry was jam-packed with a load before I would run it to save water. But I simply just now before I moved here, adjust the water. So I'm using less water on a smaller load. That load is designed for that smaller amount of clothes. And my clothes are clean. They take less time to fold because there's not as big of a load, and then I can easily throw them away. It was life-changing for me when I just started to do laundry every day. So find a laundry system that works for you. Some people use baskets and don't fold. Most kids' clothes especially, the wrinkles just fall out within minutes of you wearing them. For me, I'm just, like I said, a micro-organizer. I like things to be folded nicely, to look nicely organized in the drawer. I could never just throw stuff into baskets, but that kind of thing may not bother you at all. I know lots of moms that just use baskets, and they sometimes just keep the baskets in the laundry room if their laundry room is big enough. I've never had the luxury of having a big enough laundry room for that kind of system, and I just like things folded, so it doesn't work for me. But I know tons of moms that simply just label baskets. They sort their kids, they throw it in there, their kids get dressed in their laundry room, they pull through their baskets. For me, one thing that I changed my laundry system is all the kids have the same color socks, so no matter what, they matched. Sick of losing a pair, losing one sock all the time and having all these mismatched pairs and then having to buy more socks. And I mean, my kids could care less, but for me, I just like when their socks match. So I just started buying all black socks. They have a few white pair of socks, but for the most part, they would wear black socks. Again, now that we've moved, we don't really wear socks at all anymore. So that has been a wonderful issue not to have. You know, I wash maybe 2 pairs of socks for the entire week, and the socks were just like a hassle for me. So I ended up getting all the same color socks. Problem solved, made life so much easier. So find a laundry system that works for you. There's various ones. Find something that works. The next thing I want to say is set a timer. This is more for if you're not feeling motivated. You would be surprised. Just set a timer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of time is nothing. If you don't have 10 minutes, you don't have a life. I think that comes from Tony Robbins, and it's talking about something totally different, but it's just kind of resonated with me. If I'm feeling lazy or not wanting to do something, or just, you know, unmotivated in general, just set a timer on your phone for 10 minutes, get up and start cleaning. Often you will go past those 10 minutes because you get in the groove, momentum builds, and you want to keep cleaning more. And then at the end of it, however long it ends up being, you're going to feel happy. If at 10 minutes when the timer's up, you want to go sit back on the couch or read a book or do whatever you were doing, then do it. But you'd be surprised what you can get done in 10 minutes. You'd be surprised how quickly you clean, and you know, more things that you pick up when you know you only have 10-minute timer going. And get your kids involved and make it fun, and just say, we're doing a 10-minute clean. I do this all the time with my kids, and it's super helpful. Make it a race, like who can pick up the most or who can clean the most in 10 minutes. And you'd be surprised when the whole family pitches in 10 minutes, the house can be clean. So those are my tips today. I hope you find at least one of them helpful. They've just been things that I've implemented once I started my minimalism journey and just realized how much my home environment was affecting my mind and affecting my stress. They're just things that helped me to get into a better state, to keep on top of my home, to spend more time with my kids and not just be constantly cleaning and nagging after them. So if any of this resonates with you, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. I'd love to have you. Let me know if you have any other suggestions, something I may not have mentioned that might be helpful to another mama. I don't have comments, but you can go to my other channel, Isaac's in Nicaragua. That's our family vlog channel about our life here. And you can comment there or head to Instagram and connect with me there. I would love to connect with you. So thanks for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.